ADDS is one of important asset for every organization because with the help of this particular service, we are able to control and manage our on-premises resources. Microsoft introduced first server operating system in year of 1995 with name of NT server, right? From 1995 to current date, we have a multiple version of server operating system like server 2000, 2008, 2012, 2016, 2019, 2022, 2026, 2025 as well. Right, and each and every server operating system allow us to configure Active Directory services with the help of one on-premises machine. But as per the market requirement, you need to know about we have another method, we have another option that help us to control and manage our on-premises resources. Hey everyone, this is Manjeet Rawat, your online instructor, and welcome back to another class of our YouTube channel. And in this class, I'm going to guide you about the number of ADDS service provider which are available in the market. Apart from installing ADDS role using any server operating system, we have option to set up our Active Directory domain services, our AD services over a cloud platform. Yes, I'm talking about Microsoft Azure portal that help us to set up two different types of AD services, and Amazon also give us option. Yes, Amazon will provide us option to configure your Active Directory services over a portal, and with the help of AWS ADDS, we are easily able to control and manage our on-premises resources. So let's move. Let me tell you about the gap between on-premises ADDS, Azure Active Directory. I'm talking about Microsoft Entra ID. Do not say Azure Active Directory because Microsoft did lots of changes and also changed the name of Azure Active Directory. Now it's considered as a Microsoft Entra ID, right? So we are going to talk about on-premises ADDS, then Microsoft Entra ID, and one of really important option. I'm talking about Microsoft Entra domain services. Yes, Microsoft Entra domain services is a unique PaaS Active Directory domain service that help us to manage every resources based on cloud, based on on-premises, based on virtualization or any platform. So let's talk about the concept first, right? Like I'm going to guide you about the actual gap between these three different types of Active Directory services that we have, and after that we'll move to the practical part. Like I have already created server operating system and also install Active Directory domain services. I have access of Microsoft Azure portal that I can show you the work of Microsoft Entra ID and Microsoft Entra domain services as well. So all about AD services. Yes, all about AD services. So here introduction, let's talk about the concept, because you know that guys, you are responsible to crack the interview for your client, for any organization, for any specific project. So your concept must be clear, because practical part, I know you guys are properly able to handle the practical, but you should know about the concept. We already discussed, we are here to learn about AD services, right? So AD services is divided into three different parts. One is ADDS using on-premises. Second is related to the Microsoft Entra ID. And third one is Microsoft Entra domain services, right? So these all points, Microsoft Entra domain services. It's our responsibility. We should know about the use cases and the actual gap between these three different options that we have, right? So let me start with the first one, ADDS. So as per the name suggests, this is applicable for on-premises, and in this case you need to install one server operating system using high configuration based machine. Like I install my ADDS using Windows Server 2019. Multiple steps required, like install server, very first step, install server operating system on any bare metal machine. Then second, install role and also configure multiple IP address role of ADDS, because every server operating system gives us option to set up multiple roles. Then promote, yes, this is really important, promote role to Active Directory, right? You should install or promote role to the Active Directory. Apart from this, configure ADDS wizard. I'm talking about Active Directory user and computers wizard, and we are able to find multiple options. We can manage users, We can configure groups. We are able to manage computers. Yes, we can manage computers, organizational units, and also we can set up multiple sites. If company decided to set up a kind of multiple branches in different geographical location, then you can set up multiple sites as well. Okay. So all the things that you are going to perform manually, we are not going to use any internet or any specific portal. This is your hardware, and using hardware, we are going to perform all the tasks in manual format, right? These all the things that we need to manage manually. Second is really important, Microsoft Entra ID. So Microsoft Entra ID, earlier we considered it as a Azure Active Directory, right? And it's a kind of PaaS service. Yes, it's a platform as a service, not PaaS services. You can say that this is software as a services. Yes, this is software as a services. Multiple tasks you can manage, like you can configure users, you can manage groups, you can manage RBAC, REST, and conditional access, right? You can manage conditional access, set up multi-factor authentication, and establish SSPR, registered application. These all tasks you can manage with the help of Microsoft Entra, but you are not able to convert your work group based machine to the domain member. You have option to use Azure AD Join, configure Azure AD Connect to bring the users that you establish on on-premises AD to Microsoft Entra Admin Center. But unfortunately, we cannot change our on-premises Windows 10 machine from work group to the domain, right? And the last one is Microsoft Entra Domain Service. This is really important. It's a complete ADDS in format of platform as a services, right? And the work of platform as a services, 75% tasks managed by provider, 25% tasks that we are responsible to manage from our side, right? So what exactly happened in this case? Let me tell you about Microsoft Entra ID, right? MS Entra ID. You know that using this particular platform, we are able to create multiple users. Your Microsoft Entra ID connected to the MS Entra domain service. So Microsoft Entra domain service allow us to install, configure Active Directory using cloud platform. And then with the help of RBAC service, we need to create one VM. Definitely based on server. Yes, definitely based on any server operating system. Maybe 2019 or 2022. It's totally depend upon you. And whatever users that you created, like you established multiple users like Clark, Telnet, right? Multiple users that you created on your Microsoft Entra ID, you can bring that user to this particular machine via this Entra domain services. You are going to establish your AVD infrastructure. Most of the organization try to set up their host pool by using the Microsoft Entra domain services because it's fully secure and also no need to take care any kind of hardware, right? If any problem occur with this virtual machine, still we are able to revert back to all users and policies that we configured. How it's look like? Yeah, this is really important. How it's look like. So this is my on-premises machine that I created. Installed Windows Server 2019 on this machine and also activated or installed Active Directory domain services and promoted the role as an ADDS. So open Active Directory user and computers. This is the panel, and using this particular panel, we are able to create multiple users. Clark is here, Albert we created, Tata and Tony, these users. With the help of these users, we are able to log in our client computer. So this machine that I established using on-premises, and we are able to access the user account from that computer. So this is on-premises ADDS, a legacy method to control your on-premises resources. What else? So another part for another services to understand about cloud-based AD, I'm going to show you over Azure portal. Let me log in my Azure account that I can show you the steps how it can work in real environments. So I'm going to use my this is my MSDN account, not Visual Studio account, right? And that directly associated with my MCT ID. Yes. So let me log in it. This is Azure portal, and I'm going to show you the Microsoft Entra ID, how it's look like, and also we'll talk about the Microsoft domain services. Cool. So this is our Microsoft Entra domain service, and I'm just going to open Microsoft Entra ID. This is SaaS services. Under this SaaS services, we are able to find the option of users management. These users I have already created. Some users I synchronized from on-premises AD. Okay. Apart from this, you can set up multi-factor authentication, application registration, custom domain, lots of things that you can manage. Azure AD Join, Azure AD Connect, these two services you can use from this particular portal. But what about Microsoft Entra domain services and how it works? You need to search your Microsoft Entra domain service with the help of your global administrator account, Entra domain service, right? Yes, this one is our Microsoft Entra domain service, complete platform as a services. Click on create. It will help you to set up your domain, your container, and this is your domain name, tmcloud.in. Provide the basic information. It will take up to 45 minutes to get your domain controller ready to use. And once your domain is ready, you need to configure LDAP service and RSAT service, remote server tool service that we need to install on server operating system, and we are able to make a communication to each other. This is basic identity of our domain controller. I hope everyone okay with the points that we discussed. This is initial information that everyone need to know as per the market requirement. If you have a much experience in on-premises ATDS and you think about I'm going to describe only and only on-premises ATDS, so maybe it will create a problem because company want to hire engineers who know about on-premises AD, Microsoft Entra ID, and Microsoft Entra domain services. Stay tuned with Teach Me Cloud. I'll give you the complete information about Microsoft Entra domain services as soon as possible. Thank you guys. Do subscribe. Take care and bye-bye.